As Mother's Day is on us, I found myself trying to look at the impact of Trump becoming the presumptive Republican presidential candidate. I said, well, as an African American or a person of color, I might expect people of color to have great disdain for Donald Trump. My estimation is that he's a hardcore racist, and the fact that the Ku Klux Klan is celebrating his victory only puts icing on that cake for me. Now, when I think about Trump's impact, I ask myself the question, how do I get or talk to some whites who might tell me, give me a feel for the Trump victory? So I talked to some young white mothers who had young children to get their opinions. The first lady I talked to was your classic blonde-haired lady. And when I started to ask her about Trump, she just sort of turned red all over. Her face just turned bright red. Then she finally told me that I cannot tell you what I think because we're sitting in a school. So then I said, wow. Then I talked to a dark-haired white lady. We normally chat many times when I come by the school. And she was quite upset with Trump. And her comment was that she really couldn't speak her mind because we were at a school. But I could feel the radiation of disdain that she was radiating when I was talking about Trump. So then I talked to another lady, and her comment was, my daughter said, is that the bad one? She was thoroughly upset with Trump. I couldn't imagine that there was such great disdain for Trump by these whites. I got to admit, I was looking for one person to come out and argue a positive case for Trump. I was all ready to hear both sides of this argument. But I didn't get that. So then I said, let me turn my attention to a senior citizen to get that reaction. So I spoke to a lady who volunteers, and I asked her what was her feeling about Trump. This lady started breathing so heavy and so forth, she had me worried that she was going to have a heart attack. I mean, I was really psyched out. And she let me know that she had great disdain for Donald Trump. So I concluded that what I had set out to do, hopefully to get different sides of opinion, that wasn't going to work. So then I told my wife, I said, with Donald Trump winning the presumptive Republican presidential candidacy, the GOP presumptive Republican candidacy, I said, this win converted me to a de facto Democrat. Hence, I will work aggressively to help the Democrats win. But I think the win that we need is more than just where you beat Donald Trump. The win that's necessary is to elect Democrats at the level in which you take control of both the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate. And I think Donald Trump has spread enough anti-black, anti-Hispanic, that it would be a mortal sin for blacks and Hispanics not to turn out in overwhelming number to defeat Trump and all of the Republican candidates that they can vote against in this election. There should be no tight elections that a black vote or a Hispanic vote is not the tipper in that election. Should be none. And if it is, then we will have failed great black leaders like Dr. King, who was leading us to be nonviolent. So our goal for the 2016 general election is we must not just defeat Donald Trump, we must have an aggressive action to defeat all of the Republican candidates that we can vote on, and that it should be considered a mortal sin or anti-black for any black person who is capable of voting to not vote. I thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and you will hear from me soon. Good evening.